listeners, and welcome to another week on Chasm Converses. This week, I have the twin duo, Idle Minds, Mia and Ava, joining me from Melbourne. We discuss their newest single, Needed You, that you're listening to right now, so do add it to your listen list. We go into some of their previously released tracks, which then delves into how they came up with their name. We talk about Melbourne and the music scene, and they explain to me a bit about their family and how they have 12 sets of twins within their family. Incredible, right? We also talk about recording, playing live, and also about the upcoming Melbourne International Comedy Festival. So join us, and let's get conversing. Chasm Converses. Mia and Ava, welcome to Chasm Converses.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's so cool to have you guys here. I'm really looking forward to having a chat with you guys today about your songs, your singles, and that kind of stuff as well. I also realized that you guys released songs under your own names as well before you had Idle Minds, which is also quite cool. So that was a nice little rabbit hole. I was able to sort of jump down and have a little bit of a listen to all the bits and pieces down through there. But I'd love to ask you guys, how did you sort of, I suppose, get your start in music? Like, were you both really into singing and songwriting when you were younger?
So I guess growing up, our dad was in a band.
Awesome.
He's a singer. Yeah, and our auntie as well. She's got an amazing voice. So we're sort of brought up, in that musical family sort of thing. And then we were just, ever since we could talk, really. And then...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we've always loved it. Our first proper performance actually was at our Nana's funeral, unfortunately, at 13.
Wow, okay.
So she would always encourage us to sing and, encourage us to write and, write your own music, she'd love it. We'd always, sing to her, and that was more of a push for us,
Yeah, wow, that's really cool.
That sort of pushed us to, be even better with our music and, just have a reason behind why we do it, really. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
and
so
then
cool.
we sort of started taking it seriously when we were maybe 16, I think. Yeah.
Wow, that's sick. I love the fact that you guys have the shared passion of doing it together. Obviously, growing up in a family that is very musical and that kind of stuff, the influence obviously is very much there. But the fact that you're able to carry it through, obviously, together as well through the years would have been so cool. That must be so great to be able to, have a shared interest and work together to, write your own songs and perform together.
Yeah, it really is, especially on stage. I love being with her on stage. Just having your best mate, it's so good.
No, 100%. That sounds incredible. And so I guess who are your guys sort of, influences when you were kind of growing up and learning to sing and songwrite? Did you also have singing teachers and that kind of stuff who sort of taught you, or did you kind of just learn together? Did you kind of help each other get to have amazing voices?
Good question. I think we would just sing together, and we've got sisters as well. They sing.
Right. Okay.
And we were always into, especially when we were younger, let's try this sound, and then that sort of pushed us to, focus more on harmonies with each other.
Sweet.
Yeah, to really focus on those harmonies, and add a little bit of extra sound, and make it a bit unique. And then I think, as we said before, we were lucky to have that surrounding, with our family to push us to, encourage us to take it further, I guess.
Yeah, awesome. So what sort of stuff did you guys sort of listen to, I guess, growing up?
Missy Higgins, I'd say, was a pretty big influence.
Oh, hell yeah. Nice.
Yeah. We love Missy Higgins. Casey Chambers, her songwriting is just unreal.
That's awesome. That's really good, because I was thinking of influences and people that sort of, I guess, sound similar to what your kind of songs are. And I was sort of dabbling around Missy Higgins and early kind of Kelly Clarkson and that kind of stuff, those sort of 2000s mid kind of pop songs and that sort of stuff, more stripped back, because that's sort of the stuff that I listened to as well when I was growing up. So the prime '06 Missy Higgins sort of stuff. That's
100%. Awesome. Yeah, I still listen to her stuff from then. I love it.
Yeah.
Never gets old. Never gets old.
No, neither. It was what was it? Sound of White, I think. I don't know if that was the first album or if it was the second album. But like, she's one of those she's one of those people who I only ever started to hear of her around that period. Then she just sort of exploded. Like I don't know if she had like the
100%.
one album that then just became massive, and then you just like could not get her out of your head. It's the same with like Pete Murray and that kind of thing. Like he also had an
Yeah.
album. What was it? Oh man, something about the sun. This sucks. I should
No,
remember
I
it.
can't picture it either. I
But
can see it.
yeah, he had like better days, opportunity, but like a shared interest in like people from that kind of a time frame. I think your music also really does feed into that same sort of era, which obviously piqued my interest.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think she was a huge influence growing up because our mum would always listen to her as
Mm.
well. And
We play guitar and piano.
Oh, there you
But,
go.
yeah. Piano we just like can play like random things. Like we kind of just
Yeah.
like to ourselves. Yeah, self-taught. And then guitar. When did we start guitar? Maybe like 16.
yeah, we started lessons and then
And then started writing songs through that.
How did you attack sort of like starting to record songs and putting songs out? Because you put out your first song under your own names, didn't you?
Yeah, I guess we just wanted to just get our own stuff out there, but we never really landed on a song that we liked.
Yeah, right.
We're
Okay.
we're very, very fussy.
Yeah.
We really didn't do it. And then we're like, we can't be just our names.
Yeah.
we tried it. Nah, like just had nothing. Like we're 24, we've
Yeah.
been singing forever, and we only just thought of one like Idle Minds.
Oh, wow.
For our single, and as soon as we came across that when we were recording with our producer, we were just sort of talking, and it just sort of, I don't even know how it came to light, but as soon as we figured it out, we're like, no, that's it. Like we're Idle Minds.
That's
That's
it.
Oh yeah, that's great. No, it can be an absolute like tirade trying to find like a name for your band or for your art, like your outfit or anything like that. Especially these days, because like there's so many that have been used and there's so many that have been used and so many that haven't been used as well. So when you see someone that like comes out with a new name or something and just like, surely that's been done before, and like it hasn't, and you can't do much but just like applaud them for being like, well done, like yeah, you guys did well with that name, great shit.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, because it's hard. I think we really wanted to, think of a name that sort of represents us, and what we do, and without, I don't know, it was just so hard to even just think of one because we just couldn't. We couldn't think of a name that described us and what we do, but we were trying so hard to just land on one that was just,
And that's what's so cool is like after a while, like when you sort of, because I mean sometimes you just have to jump in the fucking water and just put some stuff out there, and then you kind of just find it as it sort of begins to progress a little bit more, and as you sort of write more songs and put more songs out, that's when I guess more kind of ideas can kind of come to you, and even like other people's ideas can just come to you as well. I've had plenty of people like that have just pitched ideas to me, or even that I've pitched to people that then they have used for their own sort of benefit. So like it's really cool in that environment how like everyone can sort of put their ideals into each other's sort of ideas, and it can come up with some real cool stuff. So you guys did very well with like coming up with the Idle Minds name. So well done with that. How did you feel when it did come time to kind of record? Like, did you guys go into like the studio and like the vocal booth and that sort of stuff? Did you record like the instruments yourselves, or did you get other people coming in to record them for you?
So with our recent single Needed You, it was actually an interesting one because I wrote some lyrics here and there a while ago, and then it was sort of like an old song really. We didn't have the music yet, we had the lyrics.
Right.
And so we sort of we came across these lyrics that we had, and we were like, maybe we should
like it's got something.
It's got it's got something. I really like those lyrics. I knew exactly how I was feeling at that at that time when we when we were writing them. Like we could remember exactly how we were feeling, and we just thought it was a perfect opportunity for us to be like, well, we wrote these lyrics. Let's write some music for it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and then so we used like a program and on our computer and actually just chuck some things in here and there, which actually wasn't our plan. Usually, we usually may would have written a guitar, some chords here and there. But we decided to let's try something new. Let's we've got a new name now. Let's try and just, do something different.
Yeah.
So that's
right.
really what we're trying to do with this song, that like our new single.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And I can that definitely comes through as well. So like, no, it's really cool that was the way you sort of attacked it and wanted to go about it. I mean, even in like in like some of the previous songs, like when you had like Blame and Run, that sort of stuff, like there's like guitar bits in there and there's piano parts in there as well. And again, the other thing I was really happy about was when I was obviously researching, because I have to research my guests. So I know something. So I know like something, right? But like I was like, going through just like researching and listening and stuff. And I think it was Blame that I was listening to. And I was just like, man, after a while, I was like, this song goes for a while. This is actually a pretty long song.
Yeah.
And I was like, 4.5 minutes. I'm like, that's awesome, because like a lot of times when you have songs like that, especially when it comes to like a pop reference, so many pop artists and that sort of stuff want to keep the songs to within that kind of like 2.5 to 3 minute, 3 minute 10 kind of short mark for like your commercialization and radio play and that kind of stuff. And it was really refreshing to come across a song that was like a pop song that just went for like, 4.5 minutes and gave you like the extra minute and a half or so to just like appreciate it more and sort of, give you a bit more than what you were expecting. And so I really enjoyed that when you decided to like make that song go for a while. So no, kudos to you for doing that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it does go for a long time. I actually wasn't meaning it for it to go for that long, but I just had so many things to say, and I was like, I just want to say everything in it, really. But yeah, it does go for a long time.
Yeah, no, for sure. But even so, like, it's so cool that you guys have this real cool like relationship together, working to write songs together and all that sort of stuff. Who sort of comes up with the ideas, I guess, to I guess not to record the songs, but then like, do you sort of pitch like ideas to each other through different lyrics that you've done? Or sometimes like, do you just like play around the piano and you're kind of like, oh, I've got a lead that sounds pretty cool. I've got a guitar lead that sounds pretty cool. How do you sort of like create it all from that respect?
I think that usually most of the time, because for me, I tend to write lyrics first. I want to, have an idea of what I want to write about. Where Mia tends to write, like a guitar line or a piano line, and likes to write the music first. Cool.
And then kind of see, like what the vibe is and stuff.
And like see where it takes her. And then I think, when it's sort of good that happens, because then we can sort of come together and be like, okay, cool. Like I'll sing over that, line that you've got. And then, she'll be like, oh, I love those lyrics. Let me see if I can write a melody for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's sort of like, it's sort of, I think we really complement each other and, our writing and now how we produce our, songs, and then sort of come together and put our own spin on it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's so cool. You guys seem like you got a real good tight unit when it comes to songwriting and creating your songs, which is great. And you guys are based in Melbourne too, yeah?
Yes, based in Melbourne. Born and raised.
You were born there as well?
Yeah, we were.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. How do you enjoy it? Because I personally have never had a bad time in Melbourne. It's always been fantastic whenever I've visited.
Oh, really? Yeah, we love it. I really like the music scene in Melbourne. I think it's a great place to, there's so many events, with live music, and there's so many opportunities. We've gone to Brisbane as well, singing in Brisbane, which we love as well. Yeah. I really, really like singing in Brisbane too, yeah. But Melbourne, it's just, the place to be.
Yeah, no, for sure. Have you guys sort of gotten out amongst the music scene quite a bit and that sort of thing, sort of as you've sort of gone on through the years?
Yeah, I'd say. I think we started, we perform a lot in Brunswick.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. I love Brunswick.
Really like there's music everywhere, it's so much fun, like such good energy, like no matter where you go.
Yeah, 100%.
So we're there a lot, and then we have our own gigs and stuff that we do, which is so much fun.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, we're
honestly just trying to gig as much as we
no,
can.
for sure. Get yourselves out there, get your faces out.
As much as we can, and
take every opportunity.
I mean, when was the last time I went there? It was a while back, but no, my older band, back when I played bass for an indie band for like 9 years, we went to Brunswick quite often. And we'd play around like the Whole Lot of Love. I think the Evelyn Hotel's over there as well. Where else did we go? Grace Darling Hotel as well. It's an awesome place. But no, it was so cool just to like, get in amongst the people. And it's so nice because over there, like you guys have just like, even in your suburbs, that even aren't near the main city, you've got venues there that still get packed out by people that you can go and perform and all the rest of it. It's so nice just to be able to go to a venue that's not in like the city of Melbourne and just you can go there and play and there'll be at least 50 to 60 people there anyway that just want to go and hang out. It's so different over in Adelaide. There's not always the opportunity.
Oh, really?
No, not really.
We haven't been to Adelaide.
Really? It's so close.
No, I've never been.
It's one of those things where, like, I think you need like a reason to kind of go there after a while.
Really.
I mean, there's many reasons to, especially if you're a musician, to leave Adelaide and go other places because obviously the demographic is much smaller. So like, a lot of people from here go to Melbourne, go to Sydney, go to Brisbane. They do that whole the travel bit. They try and flying would be the best option, but a lot of us can't afford to fly. So most times it's just like the grind in the car, just like, the 8 hours, the 12 hours, the whole way through the road trips. Did you guys go by car when you went up there or did you fly?
We flew. Yeah. We flew, yeah.
Yes. Good job.
We did.
That would have been much easier.
Yeah, I don't think we could drive.
That would have been much easier than having to drive. I can tell you that much. It would have been sweet to go up there. Did you guys play up in Brisbane or did you just go there to sort of just hang out?
We did. So we've been there a couple of times. So we actually do have family up there. And then we've also gone up to sing at a bar over there as well, like a venue.
Sweet.
Yeah, that'd be
Oh, cool. Do you guys have like a pretty big family?
Yes,
we do.
Massive.
Huge. So obviously, we're
right. Okay.
We're twins, and obviously, and then we've got sisters that are twins, and then we've also got 12 sets of twins in the family. So it's huge.
12 sets of twins in the family. My goodness. Wow.
Very big. It's huge. Yeah, we've got uncles that are twins, cousins that are twins, we're twins, sisters that are twins. It's crazy. So we might.
Wow. And damn. That's so cool. Wow. And so because you guys were born in Australia, is your family does your family have some like a European descent as well, or is it mainly just Australian based?
Yeah. So our mum is Australian and our dad is Italian.
Right. Okay, cool. That's so fascinating. Just like having that, like just a huge, huge family of that respect, but then having just so many twins in the whole thing as well. Like that's like an anomaly. That's awesome. That's brilliant. Well done.
It's like it skips a generation, but in our family, the last 4 generations, there's been at least 3 to 4 sets of twins. You know what I mean? Like,
oh wow.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I want twins.
Yeah. So one of you will have to carry on the generational thing, right? Surely.
Please be me. Please be me.
Yeah. That's so cool. It's weird. I never even really thought about like having kids and that sort of stuff. And then I went to London last year for about almost a year.
Wow.
And then where I was kind of just like based, I was just around like the it's real heavy like family and all that kind of stuff. So every time I left the house, there was like, kids in the prams and the dogs and all that kind of stuff. And then I ended up getting work as a TA for like working with year 2s.
Oh, wow.
And it was just like, oh man, like kids are just all around me everywhere now. It's insane. I was kind of like, yeah, I can see myself being a kid, being a dad one day. But it's quite nice that everyone else around me decides to have kids first, and I can sort of just be like, I'm just like the friend who can just hang out with your kid, or like I'm the uncle who can be like, yeah, sweet. You go there, hang out for 2 or 3 hours. All right, I'm gonna go now. Leave your mother to deal with all the hard stuff because I'm like not gonna be doing that.
No, 100%.
But no, it's fun to like sort of, I guess, delve into that sort of stuff. But yeah, wow, that's really impressive. That's something I've never really heard of happening before, but even so. So like, I guess
I know it's full on, isn't it?
Yeah, so like I guess because you've got so many family just like all over the place and that sort of stuff. Are they all very overly chuffed that you guys are like doing what you're doing, like going and writing songs and releasing songs and going around Australia and like performing to everybody?
Yeah, look, we've been so blessed and we're so lucky to have such a supportive family on both sides, my mum's side and my dad's side. They constantly are encouraging us, supporting us, and I don't think we'd be where we are today without their support. Like we've got such a team behind us and such a good supportive amazing group of people that we're so blessed.
Yeah,
that's fantastic. That's so cool to hear. I mean, it's it's something that really can help you out when it comes to, doing something that you want to do, is having the support around you, especially if it's something that's like, it's more of a creative outlet, I guess, for most musicians. I got something in my throat. Like a creative outlet at times, you know, like it's so cool to be able to have that support around you from everyone and that sort of thing. Is being like a singer, songwriter, and even working together, was that something that you guys always wanted to do when you were younger, or did you have like
always.
different aspirations, or was that just it?
Oh no, I think we've just always this has just always been a dream of ours. It was just, I don't think we even considered anything else. Like we've just always wanted to be singers, be songwriters, you know, put our stuff out there and, you know, try and make a difference in any way we can.
Always together. Yeah, we wouldn't perform.
Always together? Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a couple of times actually where, you know, we've had
Mhm.
people, you know, say like, oh, would you guys do it, you know, separately? And, you know, and we have, like, we did uni and, you know, we were in separate groups for a bit, but we definitely prefer to sing together, I think.
Oh, sweet. Did you do like a music course when you went to university?
We did Bachelor of Music.
Ah, sweet, awesome. That helps you on the way for sure.
Yeah. Oh, we loved it. We got to meet, you know, so many different, you know, musicians, and they're some of our best friends, like even now. So
Yeah, 100%. And what's like your favorite thing, I guess, when it comes to being able to perform live in front of like audiences, like for each of you, like, you know, because some people can have different, you know, reasons for wanting to perform live, or might have different sort of like, you know, things that just interest them more about wanting to perform in front of a crowd. So like Ava, what's like your favorite thing about performing live in front of people?
My favorite thing, well, that's so hard. I just love every bit about it. I think you know, like, but I think I just love the atmosphere. I love, you know, especially, you know, writing my own music and, you know, performing my own songs, which I'm actually a bit more like, I'm always picky about. But now, you know, releasing this new single as well, I think it gives us the opportunity to, you know, sing what we want to sing and, you know, tell a story in the way that we know how. And I think that performing live is just an amazing, you know, place to do that, I think. And I think, I'm very grateful. Yeah. And I love it. Love the atmosphere.
Sweet.
I love everything.
Fantastic. What about you, Mia?
I love being up there with Ava. It's just so much fun. Like, it's just my happy place. And I love being surrounded by such beautiful people, like my family, you know, seeing them in the audience. It's the most like, I don't even know how to explain it. I just love it. Like, I'm just up there,
that's
like,
awesome.
I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. Like,
sweet. That's all I mean, sometimes like the things you love doing the most don't even need much of an explanation, because it's something that's it's almost greater than words, so to speak. So it's more so like, I guess, a feeling that you get rather than something that you can actually sort of express in like, you know, dialogue to people. But no, that's fantastic. I mean, lots of people have different reasons for enjoying, like, you know, even if it's like, you know, enjoying like the songwriting process, or enjoying getting like the first mix back after you've done your recording and being like, oh shit, this is what it sounds like now. I always do that. Like, I'm waiting now for the first mix of one of my songs to come back. And anytime there's like a first mix, man, it just throws me completely, because like, you know, you're so fixed in the demo for such a long time. And so like, oh, this is what the demo sounds like, and it's just like, that's just what it is. And then when that new thing comes, it blows you completely back. It's like, oh damn, like these guys know what they're doing, and they've portrayed me in a very good way.
It's like exciting, you know. It's like, oh, I like that.
Yeah, exactly. Even like, you know, come up with artwork. Oh, this is actually something I was going to say, is that I do love the art that you chose for your single, like the photo that you guys have, how you have like the opposing shirts and stuff, how you've got like the same, like it's like the same shape, but then it's like, you know, you've got white and you've got black and that kind of stuff. Do you guys sort of do like a few photo shoots for like all your kind of songs, or do you sort of like, you know, do you plan what you're going to wear, or sort of what poses you're going to do before you go in and get it all shot?
We do that like all the time. Like, we like to,
so we usually tend to, when we do perform and sing and, you know, release singles and everything, we do we do tend to wear
like matching.
Matching, you know, we like to match, even though we're, you know, everyone knows we're twins and we're 24-year-old twins, but still we're matching clothes.
Yeah, right.
Honestly,
Someone's trying to tell you apart, and you're making it. People trying to like, tell you apart. You're making it so hard for them. Like, oh man, like someone wears something completely different than the other.
Yeah. But honestly, I think we do have the same style as well, and I think that I don't know, I enjoy doing it. I think I like it. And usually when we're performing, like, you know, we'll make a joke like, yes, wearing matching clothes, like, because everyone's like, oh, you know, we know you're twins, like you don't need to wear matching clothes, but
yeah.
but we love it, and I don't know, we just do it.
Sick. And do you guys go to like the same like photographer every time you have sort of shots done of yourselves?
Yeah, we do. We've had the same photographer and videographer for a while now, actually. Yeah, for like the last couple of years. He's amazing. He's great.
Sick. Fantastic. Do you say videographer as well? Do you guys do like music videos and that sort of stuff too?
Yes, we do. We're very picky.
Yeah, that's how we have a voice.
Right,
okay.
That's one area I did not research, so that's not.
No.
We will release it soon.
Yeah, we're working on one for Benita Dew, but yeah, we're very, very picky about it, so might be a while.
Yes. Yeah, no, fair. I mean, I've done that myself where, you know, you'll have when you've got like a full band as well and you're like sort of, there's like lots of shots of everyone doing every little bits and pieces and every little thing. It might just be because I've done a lot of video editing myself in the past. So it's kind of like, and you've got that kind of captured eye of like what you like to see. So I guess like every now and then, if you see like the way it's edited or how it's sort of coming together, you kind of be like, that needs to be over there. I need that to be changed or whatever. And you're just like, sorry, I have to be this person, but I am.
Yeah. That is literally us.
About this.
Yeah, we're like, I'm so sorry, but can you just change that? And no, I went like that. Can you do that? But
it's so hard to like take a back seat in that respect, but it's just it's something that even I've struggled with, is just really trying to be like, you know, you try and take a step back and be like, oh, this is kind of what's best for the product, but at the same time it's kind of like, oh, but I prefer it to be like this and not like that, and blah, 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 blah.
Takes a lot of time.
Exactly, and apologies to the other 7 people who are working on this all together. I was like, no, it's my opinion that matters, no one else's.
That's right.
Oh my goodness. This has been such a great chat. I'd also love to ask you guys if you have any aspirations of releasing like, you know, full length sort of like EPs or albums or like sort of big tracks or like anything like that. Is that something that's also on your sort of agenda that you'd like to do?
Definitely.
Yeah, 100%. I think the start of next year we would probably want to have an album out.
Hell yeah.
We've got so many unfinished songs,
but we're just so picky. Like, you know, but start of next year, I'd say
album out. Yeah, definitely.
That'd be so cool, man. Like, honestly. And the best thing as well about that is the fact that like you actually want to do albums, because obviously, like, I mean, in the climate and whatever, it's so hard to like do, you know, because of the streamings and that sort of shit. You know, you got like, you know, people try and release a lot of singles so they get more streams, or EPs because there's not too many songs on it. But even like, I mean, we all basically just grew up on albums, you know, like we all grew up on, you know, the big albums and shit. And so it's like when you are a musician, you're just like, man, I feel like I just want to release an album for the fact of, yes, I did an album. Even if it's like, you know, even if like, you know, 4 of those songs get like over 1,000 Spotify streams or whatever it is, and the other 5 don't make it or whatever the hell it is, like, 'cause that's how it's branded these days. Even the fact of just getting an album and even doing like a physical and being like, look, this is the thing that I did. Like, you know, that's just, I think it's a big thing. Yeah, I think it's like a massive thing for people, especially of our generation, like that, you know, we want to have that little CD or we want to have that like 10 to 12 track album and be like, fuck yeah, man, like this, I can add this to the shelf of things that I've done. And now, you know, especially with the people that I really enjoy listening to, like Missy Higgins and like all these other people, it's like they did that thing and now I did that thing too. And it's like, fuck, I can hold them up next to each other and be like, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I did that. 100%.
Yeah, no, there would be such a really fun process. And like, I mean, I understand completely about, you know, having unfinished songs and all that kind of stuff. Because sometimes you just, you know, you're writing something and then you just come up with another idea and that one kind of just goes over there. And then like you get another idea and you put that one over there as well. And it just like kind of builds up after a while.
Yeah. I know. I'm the worst. But
yeah. Lucky we have a very, very patient producer.
Oh yes, no, that's a very good idea to work with a producer. Is that someone that you've worked with like quite a fair bit through all of your releases?
You've worked with him for 3 years now, I think.
Yeah,
Or
something
2
like
years.
that. Yeah, he's amazing. He's very, supportive and very patient.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right. Is he
Yeah.
like sort of, I guess, like assist you guys in like, choosing what song might be better than the one to put out, or like giving you
Yeah.
sort of like advice on what to do when you do put them out?
Yeah, definitely. And I think like even with recording, because I think especially me, I'm very like, no, I don't like that. I'm doing it again. And with Needed You,
right.
actually, it took
Yeah.
maybe like 20 takes to do just the last line, I think, of the song. I wanted to
really?
do, like,
The last line?
It took like 20 takes because I was just not happy with it.
Oh,
They were
wow.
all great.
and he's like, they're all exactly the same. They're exactly the same. And I'm like, no. But we got there. We got there. I'm happy with it. We got there.
That's like the absolute heartache of being a musician, especially when you're in a
know.
studio. Like recording in a studio, it's just like you just can't. Sometimes you're just not satisfied with it.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you're just like, even when like you can have parts where there's just like a part you just can't get right. Even if it's like, it sounds okay or whatever it is. It might be the most easiest part in the world, but sometimes you just can't like get it on pitch, or like for my screamingness, sometimes I just can't get it on scream. And it's just like, man, why is like this one part being a bitch? And before you know it, you've looped it like 10 times. And even like now I look back at some of the songs that I've got and I can like listen to a certain section and be like, that's that bloody section that took me about 10 tries to get before I eventually got it right.
Yeah, and I think like, when you've already got like an idea in your head, like you know what you want it to sound like and you just can't like get there.
Yeah.
No, 100%. No, absolutely. I completely get that. It's a pain, but even so. One last question before I finish off. And this is just because the time of year is obviously, March, April. And I know that in Melbourne, you have the International Comedy Festival coming up, which is like huge over there. Because you guys just have like, comedians, you got music and that kind of stuff. We're just on the back end of our fringe now as well. So half of them will go to you. Having tested out, they test out all their material on us and they go to you guys and be like, all right, here's like, what we're going to put into the show. Do you guys get around the comedy festival very much when it does come around? And like, if you do, what are some of the things you like to go and see?
I actually haven't, but this year I actually really want to go.
We've been saying it for ages. We want to go. We've never actually gone.
Yeah, well, let's go.
Hell yeah. I am the same because I've always wanted to go as well. I'm still trying to figure out how to make it work this year. I'm going to try my best to get over for at least 1 or 2 shows.
Yeah.
But like, I remember like 2020 was the year that I wanted to go over, and obviously didn't work out for anybody. But no, this year, because I've got a few friends also who are in Melbourne as well, who just got there recently. So I'd love to go back over there and just like see a few comedians put on a few shows. Because I mean, I haven't seen too much of the Fringe over here, so it'd be nice to go over to Melbourne and just like grace it with my presence and go see some comedians, just make a bunch of people laugh, right?
Come to Melbourne. Melbourne's great.
Fuck yeah. No, as I said, I've never had a bad time in Melbourne. Every time I've gone, it's just been like the best time. And I mean, I've always gone for like, either it's like a tour or it's like going to see a show there. I saw like Michael McIntyre. I think it was the last time I was there. So I saw him perform there because all of his shows just sold out over here. But even so, this has been an amazing chat, Mia and Ava. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, anytime. And for all my listeners, please do check out the new single, Needed You. And also go to the back catalogue and check out all the other ones as well, because they are some absolute bangers. I wish you guys all the best in the rest of your musical journey. And I'm sure we'll cross paths one day.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for tuning into the episode this week. I hope you enjoyed the conversation with Mia, Ava, and myself. Go check out their newest single, Needed You, and give them a follow on the socials to keep up to date with everything that they have going on. There are links in the description of this episode where you can find it all. As for myself, follow me on Instagram or YouTube at This Is Chasm, where you can find reels from my podcast episodes and even some extended clips. And finally, please leave a rating and or review for the show wherever you listen to your podcasts. And I'll see you next week for a new episode with a new guest here on Chasm Converses.